Tonight we're going to be talking about flipping PLR or private label rights. We're going to be mainly talking about rebranding your new private label rights products and bringing that product to market. Many people buy private label rights. I am one that sells and creates a lot of private label rights products, and when people buy them, they have a lot of questions that are a little bit unnecessary sometimes, and I understand it when they're coming in and they're brand new and they don't quite get things. But after a while you get repeat customers that you've tried to explain how things work, and they have these same concerns all the time, and there's a reason for that. And the biggest reason for it is that they never really get around to flipping that PLR. They buy it and they have all these concerns and they're afraid to move forward. They're afraid to move forward because they think there's too many other people out there to compete against that have bought that same private label right product, and that is just not the case. One of the things that people really should understand is that the one that created the PLR in the first place should have the right to sell as many as they want to. And it's not going to affect you as a buyer of those private label rights at all if you are ready to do things properly. If you're going to just take that private label right product and you plan on doing nothing with it except maybe trying to your best to get some traffic to it and make a few sales and stuff, if that's the case, then you've got a little bit to be concerned about, because you're not going to do anything with it. If you're going to flip it, you need to do it properly. There's some things you have to have in mind before you get going on it. So we're going to be talking about a little bit on rebranding your new private label right product, bringing that product to the market. All right, PLR flipping, there's a lot of money to be made with private label right products, and I mean there is a lot of money. I've had people that know how to go about doing this properly, take in some of the products that I've created, and they have turned them into six-figure launches, and it's really quite simple to do. But these people, they understand exactly what's going on with it. But these people are also the ones that the people that maybe not understand all about PLR flipping are really concerned about, and they think they're going to corner the market and they're going to take all the sales and you're going to be just wasting your time. And that again is not even close to being the case. There's a lot of money to be made for a lot of people with private label right products. Reselling a PLR product created by someone else is so much easier than creating your own product from scratch. And I know this to be a fact because I create several different products that I sell as PLR. And I tell you what, I love it when I find a good private label right product that I can go buy, that I do not have to create myself, because it does take a lot of time. And it takes a lot of money a lot of times to to put these products together. A lot of it comes, sometimes you'll make graphics for your products to put in along with your private label right products, and sometimes those graphics can cost up to $200. Depends on where you're going to get them done. If you want a really good job creating the sales pages, everything takes time that goes into it, and buying a PLR product is an easier way to go about things. With just a little bit of work on your part, each of the thousands of PLR products you can find on the internet can become a tremendous source of income for you and your business, as long as you know what you're doing with them. If you're just going out there just haphazardly buying up private label right products with no goals for them, no planning or anything in mind and stuff, chances are those PLR products are probably going to sit on a desktop in some folder somewheres, and you're going to sit there and go, what am I buying all of these things for? I keep buying them, and you're going to go buy another one with the hopes that maybe you're going to be able to do something with that one, and once again, it's going to sit there. There's got to be some planning that takes place. PLR saves you money and time, as it can cost thousands of dollars and hours of time to create your own products, and that is not even close to being anywhere as far as stretching the truth. It takes a lot of time and money to create your products, and that's why product creation scares a lot of people. But PLR saves you that money and time. Hiring expert does not come cheap if you choose to outsource product creation, especially if you're looking for somebody to really do a good job. Now, after a while, when you know where to look, you can find some great places that you can outsource the writing of ebooks very inexpensively. And you also get to the point where you realize that if you pay somebody $500 to create an ebook, there's so much that you can do with that ebook afterwards, and there's so much money to be made with that after a while you don't even second guess yourself when you think about spending $500 to hire somebody to create something for you. So hiring experts does not come cheap a lot of times if you really want good quality products. Identify how you want to use the PLR. Before you go out and purchase private label rights products, you should know what you're using that private label right product for. Now, a lot of times I'll come across a PLR product that it'll be too good to pass up, and I'll know that it'll fit somewheres in my product funnel somewheres at one time. So I'll grab those PLR products and I'll set them aside, or I'll start rebranding them, getting them ready to put into my product funnel at the appropriate time. But many people go about just buying everything without any kind of planning or know-how of what's going on at all. And that's when we run into a lot of troubles. So you need to start thinking, do you want instant cash? Are you looking for autopilot cash? Are you looking to make residual cash? So maybe you want to be using your PLR and looking for good PLR to use for a membership site. Are you looking for private label rights products that you can use for list building? So maybe you're going to be looking for a PLR that comes with free giveaway rights, where you have the right to be able to give that product away or to change it enough that then you're going to be able to give it away. Have an idea of what you're looking for and what you're going to be doing with that PLR when you buy it. Because once you do, you've got a plan in place that you're able to start moving forward immediately. Decide where to position it in your product funnel. You should know what your product funnel is. You should know what kind of products you're looking for. When I look for PLR products, usually I'm looking for a specific product that is going to fill up a hole or a void in my product funnel that I'm looking for at that time. Maybe I've got a place where I'm trying to get people to start generating some traffic to their website and stuff, and I need a good product on traffic generation. So I'll go and I'll specifically look for PLR products. I'll type in something like a traffic private label rights or whatever, or I'll go to the people that I know that have PLR products that I can, to find out if they've got anything that they've got available at that time. But I'll specifically look for PLR that I can use to fill up a void. So look for spots in your product funnel that need filled and find products to fill that position. And we're going to be talking a little bit about positioning your products in just a few minutes. Look for and find high quality PLR. Now, this isn't always the case when you buy a PLR product, that it always is high quality, even after you've read the sales page and it sounds like the most amazing thing you've ever found, and you get it and it's really not what you thought you were buying. I'm going to tell you right now, and we're going to discuss this in a little bit, don't sit there and think that you just bought something useless. I have bought a PLR product that I thought was one of the most useless products. I almost deleted the thing. For some reason I held on to it, and later after I really knew what I was doing with some of the PLR that I bought, I turned that one little 6-page product that I thought when I was buying it was at least 100 pages the way they made it sound, and it turned out to be a 6-page PLR ebook that really had no content whatsoever. And I'm actually going to, kind of use that as an example here in a little bit. But I turned that little junk PLR into something amazing and ended up making almost 6 figures with that one little 5-page ebook. So even if you find yourself stuck with something that's really not all that great quality, there's a lot of places that you can go, especially if you have some really good rights with it, especially if you can, change everything, which usually you can with PLR, have giveaway rights, maybe sell PLR to it. There's some amazing things that you can really do with it. Get a good keyword rich domain and hosting. So once you find it, you're going to have to come up with a good keyword rich domain and hosting. So you're going to have to know what niche you're going into, what your target audience is, what they're searching for. Come up with a good keyword rich domain that fits that product and something that people would actually search for. Turn it into an even more powerful, unique, irresistible product by adding real and perceived value, and we'll be talking a little bit about the difference of that here in a little bit also. But you need to look for a way to differentiate it. One of the main concerns that people have that I mentioned earlier is that there's so many other people buying the same PLR. How am I going to be able to compete? What you're going to be able to compete with is that differentiation. What is going to make you different from everybody else? It's going to be your own unique selling proposition that is going to set you apart. It's going to actually take that product and it's going to turn it into something else that nobody else has. Even though it is the same exact content as the next person bought, you're going to turn it into, with just a few little minor changes, can turn it into a completely different product that when somebody shows up to your page and shows up to your competition's page, even though the same content is within that, they're going to see two different products, and so you're going to lessen that competition. Matter of fact, if you do it right, you're going to be able to take away all the competition pretty much with that product. So never worry about how many people are buying it. You worry about how you're going to differentiate it completely different than everybody else. Add in your back-end offers. Always, always, always add in back-end offers. If you're putting out a product and you have no back-end to monetize it, you're missing out on a lot of money. You're just leaving a lot of money on the table. And if that's the case, if you want to grab up a PLR product or create your own product and have no back-end set up for it at all, you just want to put it out there, I'm totally fine with that, because I'll come along with my products and I'll have a back-end offer and I'll take the money that you want to leave. And I know a lot of other marketers that will have no problem whatsoever taking the money that you want to leave on the table. So make sure you have a good back-end offer, and we'll show you some different things here in a little bit that you can add in as back-end offers. And get it out and repeat the process. Once you get it out, you get it rebranded, get it out there, get your back-end offers all set up. Go out and find another PLR that fits your product funnel and repeat the process over and over again. Ways to use your new PLR. You can, and a lot of this is going to depend on the different rights. We'll discuss that here in a minute also, but when you get your PLR product, you're going to want to first go through the rights and find out what you can and what you can't do with that product, and make sure you follow those rights at all times. One thing I'm going to let you know right now is everybody else that is buying the same PLR, half of these people will never do a thing with it. But I guarantee you that if they see you doing something that goes against them rights, they're going to contact the original product owner and they're going to start squealing on you. They're going to just be a bunch of little kids saying, "Look what so-and-so's doing. They're selling it for cheaper than what you're saying that you can sell it in your rights. They're giving it away and you said I couldn't give it away." They're going to let everybody know, so make sure you read the rights. But a lot of times with PLR products, you can, especially if it's ebooks, reports, you can take that content and use it for your blogs and websites. And even if it's got videos in it, you can take those videos a lot of times and use them for your websites. A lot of times if they'll come with giveaway rights, or you can use it to give away. Those are the greatest ones to find because they've got good content that you can use. You can use it for membership sites where you have a good membership site coming in. And again, make sure that if it's in the rights that your membership site has to be so much per month, that you're charging, so that it adds up to the total of, whatever that you're allowed to, the maximum or minimum of that you're allowed to sell that product for. Make sure that you're following those rules. Build credibility and building relationships. Having your own product helps you build credibility. Buying PLR products, rebranding them for yourself so you are seen as the product owner now, helps you build that credibility and helps you be seen as the expert. And it also helps you to build relationships. You can find different products that will fit into your different follow-up series and stuff that a lot of times that you can use from PLR to help build relationships with your current customers. Maybe you get somebody on a list that you have a giveaway that you're able to get them there. You get them on that list, and then you have some other products that you're putting in there to help build relationships and show them that you're the expert and show them that they can trust you, that you have that knowledge. One of the things that people are really concerned about when they first get started out is, I don't have a clue how to really relate to these people because I really don't know nothing about the niche that I'm in. If you find enough PLR products that fit that, you can continue to give them this information that they're going to need without you having to be that expert right away. It helps you build that credibility from the very beginning. My first product that I had, this is one thing that I worried about. I was like, how in the world am I going to relate to these people? I don't know what I'm talking about. My first product started out with a little ebook that I found on affiliate marketing. And I took that ebook, it was a private label right product, and I took that ebook and I created it, added about 30 pages of content to it, and added some other things. We did some rebranding and things like that, but ended up having over a six-figure launch with that. And what happened after that is I now was a product owner and was seen as a credible expert, even though I just got started out. Now, I had to do a lot of learning, and I had to do a lot of learning very quickly. But I was ready to do that. I was prepared to do that, and you need to be also, especially if you're just getting started out, but a great credibility builder. Product creation. It's already created as a product, but you can use them. A lot of times you can get different article packs that you have PLR and create ebooks out of them, reports. A lot of times you can sell them or you have the rights to give them away. You could take those same ebooks and you could create recorded products that you could sell or give away. You can do live webinar trainings from that same ebook, and so you can repurpose that content over and over and over. So you could take that, and we're going to kind of discuss the live webinar trainings here in just a minute, because that's one of my favorite things to do, is to create a PowerPoint just like you're watching here tonight, and create it from an ebook that I bought PLR from. Create a really nice recording or a series of recordings, because now I have something brand new. I have something that nobody has seen before. Yes, they've seen the content maybe in an ebook before, but they haven't seen it on the in my video recording. And I'm going to create new graphics and sales pages and everything for it. A lot of times it'll have a sales page that I can just rewrite that came with that ebook, and change it to fit my recordings. Use it as an OTO after your squeeze page opt-in offer. So you could use your PLR to use it as a one-time offer. So let's say you have a report that you're giving away. You're going to look for private label rights products that are going to go along with that report that you're giving away. It's going to be the what comes next in your product funnel. And you use that new PLR, you rebrand it and use it as your one-time offer. So when somebody opts in, they're presented with an offer. You can brand it and sell it with master resell rights or resell rights. A lot of times private label rights products come with a built-in one-time offer. So you sell the product and immediately you can turn around with a one-time offer and sell the resell rights to it. A lot of times you can even find products that you're allowed to sell private label rights to the PLR that you just bought. Depends on what you've actually come across, but there's a lot of great products to look for. You can add it as a bonus offer to affiliate promotions or your products. So let's say you've got a really, there's a high-end a launch that's going on out there, and you would like to compete with some of the big marketers. Look for a nice PLR package that relates to the offer that you're trying to be an affiliate for, that you can use as a bonus for that offer, because it's a lot of times you'll notice that it comes down to this big bonus war where whoever has the best bonus is the one who ends up being the highest affiliates on those launches. Well, if you can find some good PLR out there that you have the right to give away as a bonus, you can start competing with some of these bigger marketers that are out there, because a lot of times that's what happens. They're looking for the bonus, who's got the best bonus for, before they buy. So you can use them to add as bonuses. You can use them for traffic generation. A lot of times you can use the articles for article submissions. Make sure that you rework them so that you're not putting out duplicate content. You can use them as YouTube videos. Some of these articles that you get, you can make small recordings and little presentations that you can load up to YouTube's. You can use them for audio content, for podcasts, submitting those. There's so many things that you can use these PLRs for to create traffic with. You can also use them for list building. If you can find some good products that you have giveaway rights to, you can set up a squeeze page, drive traffic to that squeeze page, give it away. You've got other PLR products that you can create to create a buyer's list from. They're a great way, no matter what you've got there with that PLR, there is a way to use it as long as you start doing it correctly. All right, we're going to be talking a little bit about that new PLR product here. And we're just going to start out with the simplest of products that you can probably find, and that's probably just a quick little ebook. And this is one that I bought not so long ago, and I thought it was totally junk, and I turned it into something pretty amazing. But you went on, you purchased your PLR package. When you opened it, your only thought was, now what? Here you got a PLR package. It contained maybe a zip folder. And inside that zip folder, you had maybe a Word document that you could take and you could rewrite or whatever you wanted to do with it. And it came with a PLR license. Always read that license first, like I said. Now, if you're really lucky, that PLR came with some sales pages, some squeeze pages, maybe product download pages. And if it came with those things, you know, a lot of times they're not all that great, but it's a great place to get started with. At least you can use it for an idea generation and stuff. And make sure that you're taking these things and you're not just using them as is. Make sure that you're taking them. A lot of times a sales page will come with a place where it'll talk about somebody's story in there, that whoever wrote it or whatever. Change that story to fit you, your own unique self. Add in your own guarantees and things like that into that sales page. Maybe you want to add some graphics. And a lot of times your product, if you're lucky, comes with some graphics. You know, if it doesn't, you can create quick, simple, little, easy graphics. I'm going to kind of show you a little bit about that in a few minutes. That little graphic is right there. It took me about 5 minutes to make, and I did it pretty much all with some stock photos that I have rights to and PowerPoint. So they're simple to use. You can rebrand really quickly, but if you're lucky, it came with graphics already. First of all, read your PLR license. That's the very first thing you do. Go down through it, find out what you can do with it. This one here came with pretty much anything I wanted to do with it. I could give it away. I could sell private label rights to it. So I began to look at that little 5-6 page ebook as, okay, there's some potential here because I've got a lot of rights with this. That gave that product more value right there. By having giveaway rights to it, master resale rights to it, resale rights, I could basically do whatever I wanted with that product pretty much. And when I looked at the product at first, I was like, oh, this is just garbage. And I was going to delete it until I seen all the rights that I had with it. And I was like, well, maybe there's some hope yet. So I put it aside and went back to it later. Rebranding your PLR. Now we're going to talk about that little PLR product that you just bought and talking about rebranding it. Why should you rebrand your PLR in the first place? Why can't you just take it as is and put it out there with the masses? First of all, you want to differentiate yourself from the rest of the market, because the moment that you differentiate yourself from everybody else that bought that PLR product, you now have something different than everybody else bought out there. And this is just by simple little things is going to completely give you a brand new product. Now we could take two marketers that bought the exact same product. They could take them out. They could have maybe a lot of the same people on their list. And if they do it properly, they could send both of those products out there, and both lists would never even have a clue until they started going into these products that they were the same product. If you differentiate yourself from the rest of the market, you will have a product that nobody else has. So you won't have to worry anymore about, once you learn how to rebrand things, you won't have to worry about who else has got that product as well. All the competition can't sell theirs less than yours. This takes away that when you find that person that's selling that product that's not following the rules and trying to sell it for, you know, practically give it away, and you can look at that person and say, who cares what they're selling it for? Because my product is not that product anymore. I've differentiated it. I've rebranded it. I have a brand new product. I'm going to sell mine for what it's worth, and you don't have to worry about that person, and chances are that person isn't selling it even at that low price. So don't worry about them, because you're going to get rid of all the competition once you rebrand it. If you're not going to rebrand it, the key to it is getting it out fast. When you buy it, if you don't want to go through the problems of rebrand it, get it out fast. When a brand new PLR product is released, you can make a lot of money with it if you get on the ball and get it back out as your own right away. My suggestion is that you go and as far as rebranding it for your own. But if you do not want to do that, I've known a lot of people that have taken products that I've created just as is. They didn't change the name, they didn't change the sale page, not one single thing. They turned around and they flipped it and started promoting it the very next day. They were ready for it. They knew what they were going to do with it, and they ended up having six-figure launches with it, while everybody else sat there worrying about what they were going to do with their product and how many people were buying it. So if you're not going to think about rebranding it, get it out there fast. One of the things you can do to rebrand it very simply is to change the name. Here we've got a product. It was Traffic Generation Blueprints. I bought the rights to this product, and I changed it, changed the graphics and everything, and I called it Website Traffic Generation. I thought, I went and did a little bit of research and found out that website traffic was a better keyword than just traffic generation. So I had Website Traffic Generation. This product actually started getting more traffic to it than the other one did. After a while, I closed that one down and went on to something else. But just simply changing the names, and as you see here, I changed the graphics on this one as well. And that's one of the things that you can do is change graphics to it. This is a package that that I did for PLR and stuff. I made up some really simple graphics and stuff that I did with some iStock photos that I had rights to. And make sure you have rights to any graphics and stuff that you're using and any stock photos. And then I just took it to PowerPoint and I created some graphics. Now we completely rebranded this package, did not change the name this time, but we created different graphics for the product, and it all of a sudden becomes a completely different package in the eyes of the market. Because when they come across this product here, if they were to see this graphics, they're going to, a few days later, they might come and see these graphics. They're not going to relate it back to this product. A simple little thing just to change the graphics. A lot of them will come with graphics, and people will use those same graphics. They won't change the names or do anything with them. They'll put them out there. That's fine. Go ahead and do that. But if you really want to go, make your PLR product really start getting out there, do some changes, do some rebranding so that it's not the same as everyone else has out there. That is going and taking them extra steps that are really going to benefit you. One of the things you might do if it comes with graphics is to remove the graphics. Once again, we've got a sales page here that starts out with a good header graphic. Take it, remove the header graphic, and you've completely rebranded it once again. You didn't even change anything else that went along with it, except you took the graphics out. Now when somebody shows up to these, they see them as two separate pages. They're not going to connect it with that other one. You might have a little bit more credibility in the eyes of your customers than the other person has. So just removing them graphics is rebranding that product in a whole completely different way than everybody else is. Now I'm going to show, these here are just some quick little graphics that I made up. I used them using stock photos and PowerPoints, and I'm going to kind of quickly show you how you can do this, something very, very quickly if you want to change some graphics. Maybe it didn't come with any graphics, you don't have a lot of money to pay anybody. You can quickly go out and create just a few graphics that are really easy to create. So we're going to go here to the next page, and I've kind of set it up a little bit so that you can we can kind of show you a little bit here what I've kind of done. I've already added some text in here. All of this was here that I've used with the Easy Sales Blueprint here. I went up here, I went to Insert, and I went to Word Art, and I just clicked on Word Art, whatever font, whatever colors I wanted to use, and I created the text for it. It's really simple. You can use it. There's a lot of different text that you can use. You can take and change all the text, the fonts and the colors and the way that it lays on your page. And all I'm going to do is we're going to take it, we're going to give it a title, and this is just a stock photo. It started out just a blank folder, CD or DVD folder. We're going to put another stock on there. We're going to maybe kind of make it blend into our cover just a little bit better. This is stuff that you can do really easy and inexpensive. We're going to take another one. We're going to lay it over top of this. Now if it goes to the back, all you got to do, I'll show you that in just a second how to do it. We're going to take that, going to kind of blend it in so it looks a little better on the screen. Now we're going to take our DVD here, and as you can see, this is overlapping. It's over top of this. All you got to do is click on that cover, send it to back, and then take this and make it as big as you want here to make it look a little bit more like the size of a DVD. Now I went and got some DVD covers. We're just going to bring them down. Once again, going to send it to the back. Just going to position it wherever we want to, kind of blow it up. Now all of a sudden you've got a really simple DVD package that you've got. One of the things that you can do with this, just highlight everything, right click on this, save as picture. Just put it in a name, whatever you want to save it. I like to save them in PNG. You can save it JPEG, PNG, whichever one you want. Just give it a, let's see, we'll just call it graphic sample. Can't spell here. That's good enough. It's spelled wrong, but that's okay. And now what we're going to have is a DVD picture, because all of these right now are all going to be separated. We can move them all together. We're not going to want that. So we can take those, we can delete all of this stuff off of there. Maybe here. Now we're going to go to insert picture, and there's our graphic. We've got a graphic for our package. Now it's all one. You can put your name on it, change the name of it. It's really simple to just do some rebranding with. All right, one of the other things that you can do to rebrand your products before you flip them is to change the sales page. This is something that you want to do. Don't just use the sales page that comes with it. A lot of times they're not even that great. A lot of times they come from somebody that doesn't even really know how to write copy. They just knew that it was going to add some value by putting in a sales page, so they basically put something out there. You want to change it so it's got your story. It tells about how you got started, the problems that you had. You need to start relating to that person that you're trying to sell this product to now. So you want to be coming across in there. And if you don't change it at all, whoever wrote it, that's who's coming across. And so one of the things you can do, you can change the graphics, you can add your picture and your signatures to it. You can change the headlines. I recommend changing the headlines. If you change the headline, all of a sudden you have a completely different sales page than everybody else out there. Change the opening. Add your own unique story. This is your unique selling proposition. It's what makes you you, and what makes you different from everybody else out there. Add new relevant bonus offers. A lot of times you'll see sales pages, they'll say add your bonus offer here. And everybody starts freaking out. They go, well, where's the bonus offer that I'm supposed to add? Well, that's something you come up with. Once again, find another private label rate product if you want that is relevant to the product you're trying to sell, and add your own bonus offers in there. Add your benefits to it. Maybe have a graphic created for that bonus offer, but add your own bonuses. Add your own real and proven testimonials. Don't use testimonials that came with the product. They're not yours. They're not anything that you can prove that you ever did. So you're going to want to go out and you want to have your own testimonials, real and proven, that you can show really happened. People really did get those kind of results. I like to use testimonials that really relate to my character, maybe my teaching skills or something like that, instead of going out and finding these testimonials like, hey, I just did this 6-figure launch by buying your product. I can use those as long as I tell everybody that these aren't something that's everybody's going to get those same kind of results from. And a lot of people challenge those, and they're like, well, sure, somebody else did, or that was probably some big marketer that did that and got those kind of results. I like to use ones that that I went out and that I've got from maybe from my teaching, my character, that talked about my programs that I have as being top notch or whatever. But you can get testimonials from, maybe you belong to a membership that has a forum or whatever that you can go into, that you can share your product with a few people to have them go through it and get testimonials about it. Add your own unique selling proposition to your sales page. Change or add a guarantee. Be creative. A lot of times you'll see a sales page, it'll Maybe it won't even have a guarantee on it, or it'll come with like a 30-day guarantee or something like that. Change it, add it, make it a unique guarantee than everybody else has. Be creative. Maybe you can add a 6 months or a 60-day or 8-week. Add your own scarcity and urgency. Use persuasion techniques in your sales copy. Change your price according to value, both real and perceived. And this is going to come from that perceived value and that real value that you add to this product when you're going through the rebranding process or getting it ready for adding bonus offers. You're going to price it according to what you add to it. You don't have to stick to that minimum price of $17 or whatever it is that they said that was the minimum on there. You can add some amazing things to these products and make them unique, and you can start charging high dollars for them while everybody else is sitting there trying to get that $17 for it that was the minimum of it, or they're trying to even go lower than that, trying to get away with something. Change your price according to the value that you offer, the time that you're putting into it. Maybe you're doing some coaching with it and that comes along with it. So charge according to the real and perceived value. Add or change a guarantee. We talked about that just a little bit. Again, I go on and I find a stock photo or whatever that I can use with a nice little border. I add some different things, some different text to it, and now all of a sudden I've got a good, a guarantee that I can put on there. I've got a good graphic for it. Again, save it as a picture. I've got something that I can use for a guarantee on it. A lot of times you can go out and look at other sales pages if you're unsure of what kind of text to use on it. Go out and look for other sales pages, see what they're using. Don't copy word for word, but change it to fit your products. And remember, be unique. Make your product irresistible. This is something that's very, very important. This is where you start changing it to make it so everybody that comes along is not going to be able to resist pushing that buy now product. First of all, you have to, does my product or service have relevance? And not only does it have relevance in the marketplace, but does it have relevance in that product funnel that you've got going on? Is it going to make sense to that customer coming along at that time in the positioning? Do I have a target audience and the right target audience? Just because somebody created a PLR product does not necessarily mean that they made that product for your target audience. So be careful that you make sure that you have the right target audience for the PLR that you're using. Can the prospect see there is credibility in the product? Is there true value? Can they see that there's going to be a return of investment to your customer? When that customer looks at it, can they see that there's real value there? Does the customer see a risk to them to purchase? If your customer sees any kind of risk at all, they're going to go away from it. This is where your guarantees come in. This is where the benefits that you're going to be putting, the bullet points that you're going to be putting in there, the credibility that you're gaining through it, the trust that you're building. If they see that there's any kind of risk, they're leaving your page. So you need to remove that to make your product irresistible. Is there a sense of urgency that they have to have it right now? A lot of PLR packages out there, if you're going to use the same one without doing any rebranding and not get it right back out, there's going to be really no sense of urgency because they can go and get it from anybody else, maybe cheaper than what you're trying to get it for even. So make sure there's a sense of urgency why they should get yours right now. Can the prospect or customer visualize the benefits? You need to go through your sales copy. You need to go through your product and in the view of your customer. And you need to be able to visualize the benefits yourself. If you cannot visualize the benefits of your own products, then your customer's not going to be able to. And a lot of times you're going to get a private label right product that it's going to be kind of hard to visualize those benefits right away until you go through the process of making it irresistible and really showing that customer the benefits that are there. Does my offer seem too good to be true? It has to show that there's believability to that customer. Researching your irresistible offer. One of the things that I'm going to recommend, now you would think if you buy private label right products that you shouldn't really have to go out and do a lot of research. But if you're just getting started into a market and you're looking for private label right products, you need to also know what and who your target audience is. You need to first do some niche research to find niches with buyers and problems they are having and their wants and their needs. We're not going to go into a lot about niche marketing here tonight, but you've got to know, you've got to find that niche. And then you start looking for the PLR that goes into it. Get to know the market that's out there. Get to know your target audience. Product research to find out what kind of products are selling and get ideas that you can use for your own products. Now, this is something that's going to be very important because this is going to help you to differentiate your product to when you go to flip that thing to make it completely different than the rest of them that are out there. Because you're going to find a lot of other products that are going to be closely related a lot of times to the PLR that you have. So you're going to want to make sure that you've done some product research to know what's out there so that you can fill the voids that are missing with that PLR that you had. Maybe by adding bonus offers that are going to help make that product irresistible. Competitive research to find out a way to differentiate yourself from the competition. Research the competition. Find out if there's even the other people that are buying the same PLR. If you come across their products, don't just sit there and go, oh man, somebody's already got it out there. Look to see what they've done with that PLR that you just bought as well, and find out what you can do to differentiate yourself from them. Because if you do that, you're going to come up with something completely new, and you're not going to even have to worry about them being competition. But if you're just going to try to sell the same thing again, well, then you've got a lot of competition still. So make sure you research the competition, even the ones that are buying that product and getting it out there. Do I have an interest in creating it and at least have some knowledge or at least willing to do a lot of research on the topic? When you're buying PLR, it's a good thing to be interested in the products in the market that you are actually going to be selling products in. If you have no knowledge on it, gain the knowledge. Start doing some research. If you have no interest in it, well, hopefully making money is going to be giving you enough to interest in selling that product to give you that drive to flip that product in a proper way. How can you create an irresistible offer that will be compelling enough for your target market to take action and open up their wallet and buy if you don't know who your target market is, you don't know what their problems are, what they're actively looking for, and the information that they really, really want. You don't know who your competition is and how you can be different. If you don't know who your competition is, how can you create something that's going to be different and more irresistible than what they have? Or create a well-positioned product that complement your competition existing product base. So you can also, if you know what the competition's got out there, you can create products from these PLR products that will complement what they already have. You have no interest or knowledge in what you're creating or no drive or ambition to do the research to gain the knowledge, and I dare say that that one right there is what keeps most people from even doing anything with their PLR. They're not willing to go out and do the research, gain the knowledge that they need to properly take that PLR product and create it into something irresistible. They're not ready, they're not interested enough or the knowledge enough to go out and actually do what they're wanting to do. And that's probably one of the biggest things that holds most people back is their lack of interest in doing what they're trying to do in the first place. Get involved with your market. If you want to become the credible expert, I don't care if it's PLR products, your own products, if you do not get involved with the market, you're not going to be seen as the credible expert. You need to be seen as the expert that is out there, the go-to person that everybody is going to look for when they're buying products. Get involved in the markets. Go to forums. If you're in a membership site, stop complaining about that membership site and how much they're not doing for you, the product owner and stuff, and you start adding value into it and using that forum or whatever that you have, that membership site, to start earning some credibility yourself. I've seen some membership sites that there's people that will get into these membership sites. They will take off and literally almost take over control of these things. People will ask questions and they'll start providing answers. And pretty soon these people take off on their own and they start up their own membership sites because they've gained so much credibility, and they didn't sit there and complain about how much they weren't getting from the product owner. They went and made something out of themselves and gained their own credibility, and they got involved with the market that was out there, and they ended up doing a whole lot more than some of the product owners that those membership owners did with their own products. To be successful, you're going to be spending a lot of time researching, writing, and creating content around your niche, PLR, as well as networking with other people. Experts as well as potential customers. So it's going to be other experts and potential customers within that niche, and learning to speak the language of your target market. It's hard to sell products when you can't even speak the same language. So when you're flipping PLR products, even I don't care if that person that created that product already did all the research to know that that product was going to be something the market wanted. If you don't know that target market, if you're not getting involved with them, you're going to have a hard time flipping that PLR. You need to become involved with the market you are targeting. Let your presence be seen. Do not be afraid to let your presence be seen. Remember, you need to be seen as an authority in your niche market. Somebody else created that product for you. They're probably seen as an authority already. Chances are they're probably taking that same PLR product that they've just created and they're selling it to their market already. They have no problem with that. You need to be seen as the authority as well. Ways to get involved: spend time with potential customers, solicit feedback. So go out and look for potential customers and start soliciting feedback on what they would like. Start talking about maybe some of your ideas and find out if they got other ideas that you would be able to solicit back. You get into forums, like I said. You can get onto Facebook, Twitter a little bit if you still use Twitter. There's so many different ways that you can go about soliciting feedback. You can go to blogs, forums, social media platforms. Attend and network at live events is a great place to get involved with the market. If you have not attended a live event, I suggest that you do. Email lists give you a simple way to solicit feedback from real experts. Email lists, if you do not have an email list started, I'm going to tell you right now, get started. If you don't have your own products, find some good PLR that you can give away or that you can redo that you're going to be able to have giveaway rights to, and start doing some list building. I don't care if it's a free list. This is a great way to start soliciting feedback, because once you have a list, if you start networking with them and getting involved in their life, they're going to start getting involved with you. They're going to tell you exactly what they want you to create. I used to think, how am I going to go about finding out what my target market wants? Once I had a list, I had no problem whatsoever. I could take private label rights products and I could add in exactly what they wanted. I could go look for the exact PLR that I needed that was going to fill that void in my list life at that point. What that next need that they had, whether it would be they were having problems with mindset. I could go out and look for good trainings that I could create mindset products with using PLR and adding some good things that helped my customers because they were telling me what they wanted. Build a list. You can use it for idea generation. Come up with ideas based on your finding from your research on what people want, need, and what's missing to solve their products. Use competitive analysis to find what is missing in the marketplace. Search for weaknesses in your competition. When you start looking at your competition, not somebody that, as much as your competition that you're trying to compete against all the time, start looking at them in a way that you're looking for the weaknesses that they have, the holes that they're not filling, that you're going to be able to fill. You're going to be differentiating yourself from them, so you're going to remove them as your competition anyways. So stop looking them as trying to compete head to head with them all the time. Find out what's missing, build your products and stuff, and add to your products to help complement what they've already got going on. Stand out above the crowd as something different than everyone else is offering. This is your unique selling proposition. Before you begin on an actual product, you need to decide on what your product will consist of. Decide the format. Would it be best for you to use, decide what format would be best for you to use in delivering your solutions to the market that is in need. So, go out and use, do your research, find out what your market is asking for. Maybe it's ebooks they like to read. Maybe that they're looking for audios or videos, whatever they're looking for. Decide what format you're going to be using. You're going to be either doing maybe ebooks or reports, software products that you can buy PLR to. Maybe it's video tutorials. A lot of times you can get ebooks, create them into good video tutorials. Interviews. A lot of times you can get good PLR interviews that are out there to add as bonuses. Audio products and podcasts. Maybe it's resource pages that you're adding to your PLR products. Graphic packages and templates. A lot of times you can take these packages that you have and just add graphic packages and templates, especially If you have PLR rights to an ebook that you can sell the PLR to them, you can start adding graphic packages and different templates to them. Physical packages maybe that you're going to create from it. Your time, maybe you're going to add different your coaching or phone consultation or freelancing services. There's so many different things that you can use as to format your products in that you have. A lot of times you can find some great PLR content that you can use in a coaching program. If you're having troubles finding content for it, look for good PLR that you can use and create to use for your coaching programs. One of the things you need to figure out is the generosity factor. How can I over deliver with that PLR that I just bought? Make it a no-brainer offer. This is what I call the wow factor. When somebody comes along, no longer is it just that PLR product that everybody else is. This is the product that comes along now, and when it gets out there, somebody shows up to your page and says, wow, I've got to have this. Make it a no-brainer offer. What can we add to our already irresistible offer that creates real, relevant, genuine value to your customers? Marketers frequently either don't include bonuses at all, or they pack their products with untargeted, meaningless bonuses that nobody actually wants or even make sense in the mind of their customers. I don't know how many times I've come across a really good product, and I walked away from that product just because I looked at the stuff that went along with it, and in my mind I started thinking, this is something coming from somebody that really doesn't care, or they don't know what they're doing. So it's probably something that's been out there, maybe came as a PLR product that I can probably go find somewhere with the rights to use it myself maybe. But I look at it as, why would anybody fill their product up with a bunch of bonuses that really do not relate? That is not creating the wow factor. That's creating just a bunch more products that somebody's going to be able to get. Sometimes that adds value, but for the most part, in my mind, that's just meaningless bonuses that filling up a void on a page just because something said to add a bonus to it. Add bonuses that are relevant to that product, that make sense in your customer's mind. Must be relevant, must make sense in the customer's mind. Adding real and perceived value. If, let's say you started out with a free report, one way that you can add perceived value to that is to take that free report and create it into a video or audio series. You could set it up, you could just read the free report into an audio. You could take it and create PowerPoints from it and do video training series on it. This is adding real value to it. It's a video series or audio series a lot of times has more perceived value than what a report is. A lot of times we think of reports as something that we probably signed up on somebody's list for free, that didn't cost us anything. And we look at it, a video course, as something that's going to, that we're going to charge, that we're going to have to buy. You can take those things, that free report, and you can also turn it into an amazing package where you've got your audios. You can add, give the PowerPoints to it. You can add sales pages. You can add follow-up messages. There's so much that you can do to add real and perceived value to these free reports that you're going to be flipping. So whatever you buy as PLR, don't look at it after you bought it as, wow, what junk. Look at it as, okay, somewhere's in here, there's a real diamond. I just got to find it, polish that thing up, and really make it shine and get it out there. There's a lot that you can do with just a simple 5-6 page report. Ways to create perceived value. Establish a reputation. If you're seen as an expert, your products already are going to be perceived as more valuable than the other person that is not seen with a good reputation. Marketing message. What is that message that your products are portraying? The packaging is a lot of ways that you can do the perceived value. Instead of a free report, package it in an audio. Change it, package it into some recordings. Position it correctly. If you position your products in the mind of your customer correctly, it is going to be seen as having a higher perceived value because it is going to make sense in their mind as something that they're going to need. It's going to be valuable to them now. If it's not positioned in their mind, if they show up to it and go, why should I need this? They're not going to see the value into it. Differentiate yourself. A good way to add perceived value is to differentiate it over top of everybody else. Sales environment, the sales environment that is out there. Add bonus offers. Testimonials create perceived value. When somebody else is getting good results from something, they see that as something that they have potential of getting results. Strong guarantees eliminate the risk at all times, eliminate the risk of everything. Show benefits, not features. A lot of people will focus on the features. If you show the benefit to that person, they're going to see it as a higher perceived value because that's what they're looking for. How is this product going to benefit me? Not what the features are, but how will it benefit my life? What gain can I get? Add an affiliate program to it. You have if you create a product, everybody else can be trying to struggle with it. You could put it up on ClickBank or add your own affiliate program to it. All of a sudden, it has a higher perceived value because now they can not only buy that product, but they can take and make money by joining your affiliate program and make money with it. Having a higher price, a lot of times having a higher price is going to give it a higher perceived value. We look at higher priced products as being better value. Graphics puts it in the mind that the product is real. If you're just talking about an ebook, let's say you have a squeeze page set up and you're talking about this ebook, a good way to add perceived value is show a graphic of that ebook on there. All of a sudden it puts in their mind as something real that they can see in their mind, and it gives a higher perceived value. Sell resale rights to your products. A lot of the times these PLR products that you're flipping come along with resale rights. Use that as a perceived value because once again they see it as a way that they can get their money back, that they can sell the rights to this product as well. All right, we've been talking off and on about positioning, and I like to use this graphic when I'm doing my training, when I'm talking about positioning. You have got to, I don't care if it's a private label right product or your own, if it's not positioned in the mind of your customer when they show up to that page as something that they need, it's not going to sell. They're not going to push that buy now button. You've got to know where to position that product correctly. So that way this is why it's so important to know your target audience, to know what they're looking for before you go out and buy all these PLR products. Sure, like I said earlier, if you find a good PLR that you just don't want to pass up, get it. And look for a way to position it properly. Don't just throw it out there, because you need to control this gap from the moment your customer comes on with your free product. You need to control the gap all the way up to the top where you're taking that customer, and that's a solution to the customer's problem. A lot of people will say, well, I need a coaching program to start out with. Well, they have this high-end coaching program trying to get that customer to the top. Well, when they show up, they go, well, I can't afford that right now. I don't need coaching. I just want to learn a little bit. So they're going to go look for a free product an entry-level product like we call them, just to get their foot in the door to find out what's going on. Maybe this is to start building the trust factor with you if they don't know who you are, by gaining that entry-level product that maybe was free or very low cost. And then you take them up each step of this ladder. Now I've created another graphic that I haven't ever included before, and I kind of want to show you this product funnel and what I'm talking about. One of the first things that you might want to do is, if you were trying to teach somebody how to start up a website, get traffic to their business, set up the whole thing. You maybe know that they need to start out in a coaching program. They don't see that in their mind when they show up to your coaching program yet. They go, I just want to get started and find out what it's all about. I want to learn some things and see if this is something that I'm interested in. So you want to start them out with a product that maybe is on your entry level, telling them about how to get started, maybe what they're going to need, and maybe you want to start talking about niche marketing a little bit, which is going to lead them into the next product about how to find that niche, and which is going to go in depth about how to find that niche. It's going to make sense because they're going to, back here, getting started, you talked about niche marketing. Now the next step, logically to them, is when you promote it to them and say, hey, I've got this great product. You found a PLR product on, how to find your niche. You rebranded it for yourself, added some more value to it, and now you've added it into your product funnel. You've taken to them, maybe you're going to teach them how to add their back-end marketing to their product. Now you stop and think, well, why would you want to do that before you're teaching them how to have their own products or whatever like that? Because it's easier sometimes if you learn to find out who your market is, to teach them all about the back-end strategy so they don't get through the whole rest of the thing and not have ever even gave that a thought. So you just go through each step, what makes sense in their mind, as they're climbing up that, and as you pretty soon you're taking them into group coaching, maybe they see that's not what they want, and then all of a sudden you're selling them on your one-on-one coaching programs that you've got. Each step that you went through that process made sense to them to go up that ladder. Because the minute that it does not make sense, they're gone, and they're going to go look for something that does make sense in their mind. Now, you could take every one of these products and find a PLR product that you could rebrand to fit into your product funnel. You could add in affiliate products, whatever you want there, but it's a great way when you're flipping your PLR to know where it positions in your product funnel. Now, we've talked about differentiation, and this is a marketing process that showcases the difference between products. Differentiation looks to make a product more attractive by contrasting its unique qualities with other competing product. It's what makes you unique over everybody else, your USP or unique selling proposition. This is your action designed to produce products or services that customers perceive as being different from your competition. This is something that's very important when you're flipping PLR products, because you want to make sure that you're differentiating yourself, that you're eliminating the rest of your competition. You're eliminating everybody else out there that just throws up the same thing that they just bought. They don't rebrand, they don't add any other value to it, they just try to get it out there. Successful product differentiation leads to customer preference for products and services. Customer preference leads to premium prices paid for products and or services and the competitive advantage over your competition. Pretty soon you're going to be the lead competitor out there, where everybody else is competing, to take you down, because you've differentiated yourself in a way that you now can charge the premium prices, that you can be the price setter instead of being the price follower. Adding your back end. This is really important when you're flipping PLR. Don't just take it and throw it out. There's so much money that you could gain by adding a good back end strategy. There's many ways to do this. Your back end describes the strategies for generating sales of additional products to an existing customer list. If you're going to buy a private label rate product to flip, make sure you're adding in a back end strategy. It's important for long-term business growth and overall success. A lot of people will put a PLR product out there and they're like, it's not doing what I thought it was going to do. It seems like it's just kind of dead now. Well, you had no other place to lead them into. And so without thinking about what your back end is and what you can add to it, you're leaving all this money, and you're pretty soon you're going to have this product and it's just going to kind of die out there, and you're going to end up losing out on a lot of money that somebody else is going to come along and grab. It's an inexpensive form of marketing. It's the largest expense relating to marketing is customer acquisition. This has already been incurred with those products that you've brought them in with. Now you're taking them into the back end. You've already got them in there. You've taken all the time and the energy to get that customer in there. It's time to sell to them over and over again, and you can use more private label right products like we discussed earlier. Response rate and conversions will typically be higher with your back end products because they're gaining that trust factor in you. You're becoming the credible expert. They're seeing who you are. Your customers already know you, respect you, and trust you, and they're going to have an easier time buying your other products. The front end sale only purpose is to create a relationship to continue selling. Stop leaving money on the table. So that first PLR product you put out there is going to get that customer in. It's going to help start creating them relationships. Your back end money that you set up is going to be where the money is really at. That is going to be where the true relationships really start coming in. Make sure you understand what your back end strategy is going to be when you buy a PLR product. Some back-end options, one-time offers, or special offers. This could be the resale rights that come along with your PLR products. A lot of people don't use them because they don't understand how to set them up or what they can really do with them. If you don't understand, find out, research, but use them if they come with them because they're a great one-time offer. They're a built-in one-time offer. You could add video versions, so maybe you've got an ebook that you're selling. You could create a video training course out of that ebook and add it as a one-time offer. You can add PowerPoint, change them into PDFs. If you have PowerPoints that come along with your products, make sure that you take those PowerPoints before you turn them into a PDF, and anywheres that it is, you can add a recommendation, add it in there with an affiliate link to other affiliate products or to your own products. Don't just turn that PowerPoint into a PDF and send it out to your customer. They're not going to be able to use it as their own PLR. They've got this now, and especially if you're selling the resale rights where they're going to be selling your product now, you've got these PDFs going out there. Maybe you're recommending hosting. Why not, instead of saying, I recommend HostGator, have a link for them to click on to go check HostGator out that has your affiliate link. That's a great way. That's a great back-end offer that you've got those PDFs. You now have a way to monetize it. Email follow-ups. Make sure you have an email follow-up series that has other products or that other PLR products that you've positioned in your product funnel for them to be able to purchase from you. Product pages. The product page that you're going to be selling giving your customer when they buy your PLR product that you just flipped. Make sure that you're adding special bonus offers on there, giving them another opportunity. They come back to this product page time and time again. This is a great place for you to add in something else in your back-end strategy. Product recommendations. You can promote other affiliate products. So make sure that you have affiliate products already picked out that relate to this product that you're flipping right now, that you just had PLR and you've rebranded. Make sure that you find other complementing products out there that are affiliate products. Position them so that they make sense in your product funnel. It's important. That's probably the best thing that you can take out of affiliate when you're promoting affiliate products, is that those affiliate products position well in your product funnel that they make as well, so they make sense to your buyer. Here's some good back-end offer examples really quickly. You can do boot camps, workshops, coaching programs, home study courses, field trips where you're bringing them to your office or whatever, maybe to do some coaching with them, mastermind groups, do it for yourself for them services, membership sites, physical versions of your digital products. Consider breaking your product into separate offers. A lot of times you'll find a really good video course that has many videos to it. Create it into other offers where maybe you're selling the first 2 videos or whatever, or the getting started videos or something, and then you're including the other videos as your one-time offer. There's so many different ways. What you need to be thinking of is what comes next, and that's why it's important to research your market. Use more PLR for your back end. Find several and take pieces and parts from each of them and create a brand new product from your back end. Find high-end training courses that complement your front-end products. Use PLR as bonus offers for increasing your back-end affiliate product recommendations to increase conversions. We're going to be talking a little bit now, as promised in the beginning of this, about that diamond in the rough, that little 5-6 page ebook that I found in a good way. And I actually had rights to sell this, and I sold it to another customer of mine. Sold it to him just like it was. I actually sold it to him and challenged them to create something massive out of it, and they took it and they actually had a very nice launch with it themselves, and they just got started and they just followed the example that I'm going to show you right now. You bought a PLR package and you felt that you did not find a lot of promised value, and you're disappointed and ready to delete. I want you to stop and really take a good look at that product first. You need to realize you have a diamond in the rough. The potential is unlimited only to your imagination as what you can do with that PLR product. I don't care how bad it is. You can create your very own high value product with this cheesy and seemingly lifeless PLR package. You can create a video product from it. You can create an audio product from it. You can create a mixture of these things. You can use the PLR package for marketing by turning it into articles, YouTube videos. You can create a PowerPoint from the PLR package and host a training webinar of your very own. And that's what we're going to kind of show you a little bit. First of all, you could take that ebook and you can just change the ebook a few different ways and add more value to it and send it right back out. You can change the title. I recommend changing the title. Add a table of contents. This particular ebook had no table of contents, didn't need one. It only had 6 pages to begin with. But you could add a table of content to it. You can add a changed affiliate link, so you can add links to your product for different product recommendations to help take them through your product funnel. You can add a header graphic to your PLR books. You can add footers and page numbers. You can add pictures and images. Add your own picture to it and your name to it. Add graphics to it. There's so many ways that you can create good value and good perceived value just to this cheesy little ebook that you really didn't see as any good. Right now, just by adding those things, you've added a lot of value to it already. You can take it, add fresh new content to it. Really, maybe you want to hire somebody to add more content to it if you're not familiar with it. But whatever, there's so many different things that you can do with this product. But one of my favorite things to do with it is to create content for webinar trainings. I took this package and I did it myself, and then I challenged one of my students to do the exact same thing and see what they could do. And they knew nothing about the niche that they were getting into. They knew nothing about this. They turned it, and within like about 3 or 4 weeks, they created a nice training webinar, and they end up making within that first week like $4,000 or $5,000 from this little 6-page ebook. One of the things that first you're going to need to find something to create a webinar training. Maybe I like to use PowerPoint from Microsoft. If you don't have that, you can get. Maybe you got a Mac, you can use Keynote. If you don't have any of that, a good way, cheap way is use OpenOffice Impress. Go to openoffice.org. But you're going to need something that you can create some kind of PowerPoint to be able to record in the first place. Research your ebook for content. When I went in here and I looked at this, and I mean, this was right here was the main content of this whole thing. We talked about answering a question to make easy profits. This was about all the content there was about this. It didn't teach me nothing. So I looked at that, it was ready to delete, and then I thought, well, why can't I add in the content to really train somebody in this? So I went in here and I looked for a place that I could get a title for my slides. I looked for a subtitle, and I went to look for the content to create bullet points and the content for my slides, and I started creating. The first thing, and this is a great thing to do if you buy a video course that came with PDFs or your PowerPoints or whatever that you have, if you do nothing else, go create yourself a title slide for that PowerPoint, put your own, brand it for yourself, change the name, maybe put your new subheader, add your picture to it, create something to brand it for yourself, and just do a quick recording of this slide. Just do maybe a 10-minute slide, maybe you introducing the product or whatever, saying, hey, this is so-and-so from your business name. Today we're going to be talking about 4 rapid cash profit pulling methods. Finding something that works, lather, rinse, and repeat. Stop the recording and then let the recording from the PLR that you had just start. Saying, I had this, even if you have to say, I had a really good friend of mine or whatever that, is talking about, that's going to be doing the training for me today, but you've just rebranded it for you. You're now different from everybody else that has that same PLR product. Next, you want to create an overview of the presentation of what they're going to be learning. Go through the product. Right away, we were going to be learning 4 easy methods of creating fast cash, and I changed it a little bit to be a little bit different from what the ebook was. I went through and I wrote the 4 different ways that we were going to be talking about. I talked about lather, rinsing, and repeating that we were going to be learning, as you've seen that in that first page. And then also in that first page I had circled on there, it talked about generating affiliate commissions. It didn't teach me nothing about it, but now I'm going to be using that as something that I'm going to be teaching. And we now have an overview of what we're going to be learning for your training. And then you start your content. You can use pictures, just go through a step-by-step process of what you're going to be talking about. This particular one was talking about creating profit from answering questions on Yahoo Answers. I went through the process of how to go about logging into Yahoo Answers, gave some pictures of what they're going to be, what we would be talking about. Now, I also added a link here where I could actually take them to the site if I wanted to at this point, which is going to add more perceived value and value to that customer. There was some different things that we can do. And of course, I had to research this if I didn't know what I was talking about, so that I was going to be able to present with authority. And so did this person that took the same product and did the same thing. You can add value with flow charts. So if you talk about a process, create a flow chart that you can add into one of your slides. People love flow charts. It shows them the process that they can see it in their mind, and go back to over and over and look at that process that they have to. It's like, okay, what am I missing here? So you can add flow charts to your trainings. And then after you're all done, you've came up with it, you're going to thank them for attending the webinar. These can be 15-minute trainings. These can be hour trainings. It can be hour and a half, as long as you want them or whatever, just so that you're getting the content. But it all comes from a little ebook thing that I now have a lot of tremendous value that is actually going to teach somebody something. And it also, add your support URLs, things like that in there so that they have a way to contact you again. And then take those same PowerPoints that you did, make sure you put your affiliate links in them and change them to PDFs, and then send them along with your product as well for them to follow along as they're going through the trainings. To record, make sure you always record your PowerPoint trainings. You can use Camtasia. They got a Camtasia for Mac. I'm not as happy and excited about that. A lot of people like it. Or you can use Cam Studio. If it's a really short one, you can use things like Jing.com that you can go to. I prefer Camtasia. Costs a little bit of money, but I'm telling you what, it's well worth it, and I recommend that you get it. Cam Studio you can use if if you're just getting started out, if you don't want to use it. My suggestion: get the 30-day trial for it. Be prepared for your training. Get the 30-day trial. Get that product recorded. Get it out there. Start selling it so the money's in there for you to be able to keep Camtasia. Stop lowering your prices. When you buy a private label right product and it doesn't start selling, stop being like all the yo-yos out there that just start lowering their prices thinking that's why they can't sell their product, is because my price is too high. The reason that you're not selling it is because you have not differentiated yourself from the crowd. You have not positioned it correctly. You have not added any other kind of value to it. Over time, the prices that you see from PLR resellers, they start asking for their products tends to get lower and lower and lower, and it's because they don't understand how to properly flip a PLR product. Many brand new marketers plain and simply never take the initiative to learn the marketing skills that are necessary to sell very many copies of whatever it is they're selling. So they think the solution is to simply lower the price on all the products that they're selling, and they're going to find out that, for one thing, even if it does sell, start selling a little bit, they're still not going to make any money at it because they're going to have to sell so many packages. And what they're going to find also is that a lot of people are going to look at them. You might have tremendous value there. I've seen 22-hour training courses and somebody trying to sell them for $7.95, $4.95. Are you serious? I mean, there went a lot of time and effort into those, and the reason that they weren't selling them is because that person didn't take them and position them. They didn't flip them properly. They just tried to just put it out there without knowing anything about what they were doing. Lowering prices does not help you compete better with all of the other resellers of the PLR. It makes you frustrated and no money. And that's it, period. You can try lowering the prices all you want, and all you're going to end up is more frustrated and no money, and you're going to start crying to the product owner because they didn't give you a great product. That's just hogwash. It's because you didn't take the time to simply take the initiative to learn the marketing skills that it took for you to properly flip that PLR product. Your efforts will never take you where you want to be in your internet marketing business if you compete on pricing alone. Really quickly, we're going to go into product pricing. Price according to the rights outlined in your new PLR. One of the things, read that license like I told you. It's got minimums that you need to stick to those pricings. If it, most of the time they don't have a maximum because you can add whatever you want to it. Maybe you're going to add coaching or whatever. You're going to be able to charge a higher end prices, but stick to those minimum prices that they're saying. So go through those rights and find out what they are. You must offer your product for a price your target market is willing to pay. Price you should set should produce a profit for your company, or you won't be in business for long. So instead of charging these low-end prices because you're not selling it and lowering your prices, you're not going to make any profit for it, so you're not going to stay in business long anyways. Take into account your time, take into account the cost and what the market is willing to pay. Research competitors' products and service prices. Find out what other products similar to yours are going for and stay in those price ranges. Customer perception of the value. What is the customer's perception of the value of that type of product? There will be times when you decide to set prices below cost or even free for specific purposes only, such as trying to gain entrance into the set market, such as list building or branding, etc. Those are going to be products that you have the rights to be able to give away. You're going to be looking for those PLR products from time to flip, but you're going to have a specific purpose for them, not one that you were trying to make a bunch of money with and now you decided to lower the prices just to start selling a few. As a general rule, better products have a higher price, higher production costs, more higher quality materials, longer production and creation time, and more selective tests. Usually if they have higher production costs, there was a lot more time that went into creating those products. They're going to have higher quality materials. The sales pages that come with them are going to be better. The graphic packages are going to be better. Bigger expected advantages for the clients are going to be coming along with those. Consumers without their own opinion nor the capability of directly judging quality may rely on the price to reflect the quality. They will prefer to pay a higher price because they expect quality to be better. Important flaw to consider is that it can be purposely exploited by the seller, and I'm sure you've seen it many times where the seller purposely exploited it. They had this high-end product that they were trying to sell and you got it and the value just was not there, with the result that not all highly priced products are of good quality. And that's what's been happening in the market, is all these products out there that are being sold as being the most amazing thing ever, and you get them and they're really not really all that great at all. Those are your chances, especially when you find these PLR products like that, to be able to add the value that you really are trying to portray with that product. Competitive pricing, generally used when there's an established market price for a particular product or service. If all your competitors are charging $37 for a 100-page ebook, for example, and you've got a 100-page ebook, generally you should stick with that price range. So make sure that you're researching your competition. Competitive pricing is used most often within markets with products that are more difficult to differentiate from another. So if you're not going to take the time to differentiate yourself from the crowd, you're going to have to stay within the competitor's pricing. Market leaders will often set the price that other marketers within the same market will usually be compelled to follow. You need to become that market leader where the market sees you as providing the value they're looking for. Pretty soon you're going to be able to be the one that is setting the competitive pricing. Be able to defend the prices that you've set. Be able to make a case for setting a higher price than your competitors. So if you're going to start setting prices higher than your competitors, you better be able to make a case for it. Why my product is higher. Example, maybe you're providing a superior customer service or a stronger guarantee than all your competitors. Perceived value pricing. How the customer perceives the value of the product determines the maximum price customers will pay. You're not going to be able to get a higher price than what your customers perceive that product as being worth. An obvious and important component of perceived value is the differentiation or the comparison customers make between you and the competition. So if they don't see you as any different than anybody else, they're not going to be able to see in their own mind that they be willing to pay for some higher price product. Matter of fact, they might not even want to buy your product, even if it's the same product, because they don't see you as any different than the people that they're with right at the moment. Perceived value pricing makes you look at things from the customer's perspective, which is important for you to do. If the customer doesn't or can't perceive the value worth pulling out the credit card and paying for it, you need to rethink your game plan. And outsourcing the work. If you just do not want to do the work for yourself when it comes to flipping private label rights products, you can outsource it. If you're interested in outsourcing your project to experienced freelancers, you can easily find a trustworthy professional from the following freelance marketplaces. You can go to guru.com, elance.com, scriptlance.com, especially when you're talking about softwares. The Warrior Forum is a great place to find some great deals on people that are willing to do freelancing for you. Odesk.com, partner with other marketers. This is one of my favorite things to do, is to find other marketers that will have a vested interest in that product, especially if they have a list. Get them involved in helping you create the product and rebranding these PLR products. Find a PLR product and say, hey, I just found this great PLR product and stuff. This is my ideas. How would you like to invest some time and some effort into helping me get this out there? If you're involved in membership sites, look for other members that are willing to do work for you. Creation of marketing keys. Do the needed research that is needed for your PLR products before you just start flipping them. Make sure that they fit that target market. Creating the right products. Just because you bought a PLR product that somebody else says is that the market is ready for, doesn't mean that your target market is ready for that. You might have to take that and add some different things to it. You might have to do some changes to it to create the right product for your list, for your target market. Price products correctly. Product positioning and product differentiation is of utmost importance. Focus on adding value to the marketplace that you are serving. List building. Make sure you're always list building whenever you are selling a product or giving away a product. Stay consistent. All right, I want to thank you for watching this training. The possibilities with private label right products are endless. The only limitations that are really involved are the ones that you put on yourself with the PLR products that you have. So if you decide that you bought this PLR products and you just can't get them out there, you just can't compete, those are limitations that you're putting on that PLR product yourself. It's not what somebody else put it on it, because there's going to be plenty of other people that are going to take that same PLR product and they're going to make a killing with it because they were willing to lift those limitations and move forward with it. And it is so important to follow some of the things that we were talking about when you're buying PLR products. It sounded like there was a lot to it. It's really not that difficult once you get started into it. You really don't have to do all of these different things that we were talking about tonight. You just got to take them, change them, and if you're not going to, you need to get it out there just as quick as possible. Stop limiting yourself, because the possibilities are endless.